Hey everyone, welcome back to another deep dive. I have to start off by giving a big shout out. Big thanks to Good Pods. They included Kabir's Tech Dives in their top 100. And we even hit like the top 1, 2, and 3 spots for multiple categories this month. So Good Pods, seriously, you guys rock. If you're ever looking for like incredible podcasts to dive into, Good Pods is the place to be. Now, let's talk about Anthropic. So they just made a huge EE announcement. Their AI Claude can now use computers.
Yeah, it's wild. It's not just like AI accessing data anymore. It's Anthropic has released like computer use for their Claude 3.5 Sonnet AI, meaning it can interact with computers just like we do mouse clicks, keyboard typing, even looking at the screen.
It's almost like they've hired a digital intern.
Right.
Yeah, like a super fast one.
Yeah, but one that can process information at lightning speed.
Yeah.
And the announcement mentioned like companies already using this, like Replit, for example, using Claude to evaluate apps during development. Yeah, and it's not just about evaluating apps, like cognition. They're using it for autonomous AI evaluations. What's so fascinating is that Claude isn't limited to specific tools. It's like Anthropic is teaching it general computer skills so it can adapt to like a wide range of software.
Okay, so we've established that this is a huge leap in like AI capabilities. But what does it actually mean for startup founders?
I think for founders, it's about finally being able to offload all those repetitive tasks that just eat up time and resources. Things like data entry, generating reports, basic code testing. Imagine being able to offload all that to Claude. It would free up your team to like focus on strategic thinking and creative problem solving.
And it's not just about saving time.
Right.
You also mentioned the browser company. They're using Claude to automate like web-based workflows. Imagine streamlining tasks like market research or competitor analysis. It would give you like a real-time understanding of the industry landscape.
Exactly. And it's about empowering startups to like punch above their weight, competing with larger companies by leveraging AI to boost efficiency and innovation. But with this power, obviously comes responsibility, especially when it comes to security.
Yeah, you're right. The announcement DID acknowledged that this computer use capability could be misused. Things like generating spam, spreading misinformation, even engaging in fraud. It's almost like giving a powerful tool to someone without knowing how to use it.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. And while Anthropic is like actively developing safety measures, it's crucial for founders to be incredibly careful about the tasks they allow Claude to perform. We need to remember that this technology is still experimental. And even Anthropic themselves admitted that it can be cumbersome and error-prone at times.
So for those founders who are ready to like jump on this trend, what's the best way to approach it? Should they just like dive in head first or like dip their toes in slowly?
I would definitely recommend a cautious approach. Start with like low-risk tasks, just to understand Claude's capabilities and limitations. Closely monitor its actions, and be prepared to step in if things go wrong. We're still in the very early stages of this technology.
That's a good point. So it's about like setting realistic expectations.
Yeah.
And not expecting Claude to be a magical solution for every problem.
Exactly. And just like with any new technology, there's a learning curve. Founders need to invest time in understanding how Claude works, its strengths and its weaknesses.
It's about treating Claude like a new team member, one with incredible potential, but who also needs guidance training and clear boundaries.
I love that analogy. And just as you wouldn't give a new employee access to your most sensitive data on their first day, it's crucial to be cautious about the information you share with Claude.
So responsible implementation, close monitoring, and a healthy dose of caution are essential for harnessing the power of this technology while minimizing the risks.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about security best practices. Secure your systems, implement strong authentication measures, and restrict access to sensitive information, just as you would with any critical software application.
It's all about finding that balance between embracing innovation and managing risk. And speaking of innovation, Kabir's Tech Dives will be interviewing founders and VCs starting in November to get their take on this AI revolution. So if you want to hear from the people who are shaping the future of technology, make sure you subscribe.
I'm really looking forward to those conversations. Hearing from those on the front lines of this technological shift will be fascinating.
I agree. Now back to this potential future with AI interacting with computers like we do. It's pretty mind-blowing. But it also raises some big questions about the future of work.
It does. What happens when AI can perform tasks that were once considered uniquely human? How will this impact the job market, the skills we need, and the very nature of work itself?
Yeah,
Really,
you wouldn't hand a chainsaw to someone who's never used one before without like proper training and safety precautions.
Yeah,
Same principle applies here.
that's a great point. So let's say like a founder IS, ready to start experimenting with this technology. What are some like practical low-risk applications they could explore?
One area that comes to mind is customer service. Like imagine Claude handling like basic inquiries, providing support documentation, or even troubleshooting like simple technical issues.
Yeah.
That would free up your human agents to focus on the more complex or sensitive cases.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like
Yeah.
having an army of tireless support agents
Right, right.
who can instantly access a vast database of knowledge. So what about other areas where founders could leverage Claude's abilities? Market research. Think about it. Claude could analyze industry trends, competitor activity, and customer sentiment, all in real time. That would give startups a huge edge in understanding their market and like making informed decisions.
It's a fantastic point. Instead of spending weeks or even months gathering data, startups could have access to like real-time insights
Exactly.
that inform their product development, marketing strategies, and overall business direction.
And let's not forget about content creation. Claude can generate blog posts, social media updates, even marketing copy, all tailored to like your brand's voice and style. This could be a game changer for startups with like limited marketing resources.
So we've got customer service, market research, and content creation. Are there any other like practical applications that come to mind?
Absolutely. Automating administrative tasks.
Hmm.
Think about all those tedious administrative tasks that bog down so many startups. Data entry, invoice processing, scheduling meetings, managing email correspondence. Claude could handle it all, freeing up so much time and resources.
It's like having a super efficient virtual assistant.
Right.
Who never takes a break or complains about the workload? But I keep coming back to that security piece. How can founders ensure they're using this technology responsibly and mitigating potential risks?
It's a crucial question. I think first and foremost, founders need to be aware of limitations. Claude is a powerful tool, but it's still under development. And it can make mistakes. It's essential to start small with clearly defined tasks and close monitoring.
So it's about setting realistic expectations and not expecting Claude to be a magical solution for every problem.
Exactly. And just like with any new technology, there's a learning curve. Founders need to invest time in understanding how Claude works, its strengths and its weaknesses.
It's about treating Claude like a new team member, one with incredible potential, but who also needs guidance, training, and clear boundaries.
I love that analogy. And just as you wouldn't give a new employee access to your most sensitive data on their first day, it's crucial to be cautious about the information you share with Claude.
So responsible implementation, close monitoring, and a healthy dose of caution are essential for harnessing the power of this technology while minimizing the risks.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about security best practices. Secure your systems, implement strong authentication measures, and restrict access to sensitive information, just as you would with any critical software application.
It's all about finding that balance between embracing innovation and managing risk. And speaking of innovation, Kabir's Tech Dives will be interviewing founders and VCs starting in November to get their take on this AI revolution. So if you want to hear from the people who are shaping the future of technology, make sure you subscribe.
I'm really looking forward to those conversations. Hearing from those on the front lines of this technological shift will be fascinating.
I agree. Now back to this potential future with AI interacting with computers like we do. It's pretty mind-blowing. But it also raises some big questions about the future of work.
It does. What happens when AI can perform tasks that were once considered uniquely human? How will this impact the job market, the skills we need, and the very nature of work itself? It's a question that everyone's been asking since AI started making headlines. And honestly, there are a lot of different opinions out there. Some experts predict widespread job displacement as AI takes over those routine tasks, while others argue that AI will actually create new and more fulfilling roles.
That's a bit of a mixed bag, right?
It is. It's likely to be a combination of both. Some jobs will inevitably be automated, particularly those that involve a lot of repetition or following set rules. But I think this also presents a chance to rethink how we work, focusing on tasks that require those uniquely human skills, things like creativity, critical thinking, and complex communication.
So instead of AI replacing humans, it's more about humans and AI working together, each playing to their strengths.
Exactly. Imagine a world where AI handles all those time-consuming tasks. And it gives humans the freedom to focus on strategic thinking, coming up with innovative ideas, and building meaningful relationships.
That's a much more optimistic outlook. But to thrive in this kind of future, it sounds like we need to adapt and develop new skills.
Absolutely. The skills gap is a real concern, and we need to be proactive about addressing it. Investing in education and training programs that equip people with the skills they need to succeed in this new world of work is crucial. And it's not just about technical skills either. Things like creativity, critical thinking, being adaptable, and the ability to effectively work alongside AI systems are going to be just as important.
So we're talking about becoming lifelong learners, always evolving and adjusting to the changing landscape of technology.
Precisely. And it's not just on individuals to adapt. Companies need to embrace this shift too. Investing in AI technologies, training their workforce, and creating a culture that encourages collaboration between humans and AI are key.
It's about seeing AI not as a threat, but as a tool that can help unlock new levels of productivity, innovation, and human potential.
Well said. And that brings us back to Anthropic and their groundbreaking announcement. This computer use capability isn't just a technological marvel. It's a peek into what the future of work could look like. A future where humans and AI work together to achieve some pretty incredible things.
It's definitely a future full of possibilities. But it also calls for careful consideration, making ethical choices, and a commitment to ensuring that AI benefits everyone.
I completely agree.
Well, I think we've really explored this topic thoroughly today. From the technical aspects of Anthropic's computer use to what this could mean for startup founders, and even taking a broader look at the future of work.
Yeah, it's been a fascinating conversation, and I hope our listeners found it both insightful and something that made them think.
I'm sure they did. And as always, we encourage everyone to continue exploring, learning, and joining in these important conversations about the future of AI.
Absolutely. The more we understand about this transformative technology, the better equipped we'll be to guide its development and make sure it serves humanity in a positive and beneficial way.
Well said. And on that note, we'll wrap up this episode of The Deep Dive. A huge thanks to our expert for sharing their insights, and to all of you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to Kabir's Tech Dives for more deep dives into the world of technology and innovation. And remember, we'll be starting our founder and VC interview series in November, so stay tuned for those. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep